and breakfast show with Pay Angel Money Transfer. Send money to Ghana for just £1. Fast, safe, and truly affordable. Visit payangel.com.
S-Bling on the track.
ABN at Radio London's Afropolitan radio station. 12 minutes past 10 o'clock, and I told you at the beginning, that's right after 9, that I will be having a special guest joining me this morning to talk about Pay Angel. The interesting thing is that it's not all the time that I get to meet angels. So anytime I have the opportunity of meeting someone who is either an angel, of course not the one that is being talked about in Ghana, but anytime I have the chance of meeting an angel who also promises to pay me something, I better pay good attention to him. And I'm very sure that Jones is here to do me some good. Good morning to you, Jones.
Good morning, Daniel.
Well, I'm excited that you've joined me. It's been a while that you've come into our premise, but so this one to have you on radio is a whole level of excitement, I should tell you.
Thank you very much for having me. And let me just say, I am not the only angel around.
Okay.
Everyone who sends money to Ghana is an angel.
Oh, okay. That's a revelation, actually. So anyone who sends money to Ghana is an angel. You're playing that role of possibly doing someone some good.
Absolutely.
That's great. Now we talk a little bit, a little deeper into that. How, if you've not become an angel yet, how possibly you can be one. But tell me, payangel.com. I have heard of Pay Angel for a while. And I know that basically, your money transfer service, and you do mobile money transfer, you basically that. But tell me, any more details that we need to know as far as Pay Angel is concerned?
Thank you very much for that, Daniel. Absolutely. So we started operations in December 2013, but setting up the operations is not exactly straightforward. So it's taken us a while to take off, and we officially took off in 2016. We position ourselves as a payment company as opposed to a remittance company because there are a lot more services we offer and we intend to offer. So it's completely different from just giving the standard remittance service.
What's the difference? A payment company and a remittance company?
The difference is that with remittance, we just basically provide a channel for you to send money from one point to the other. With a payment company, we're providing you other services that basically plugs you into the financial ecosystem. So, for example, what we want to be able to do is to make it possible for people to operate in Ghana as though they live there, although they are here. What does that mean? If I'm in Ghana, I should be able to open a bank account.
Right.
Living here as well, I should be able to do that.
Okay.
If I'm in Ghana, I should be able to pay my school fees. I should be able to pay for mortgages and a host of other things. In Ghana, I should be able to buy treasury bills, and all of those things are financial products that Pay Angel will offer.
Wow. This is very interesting to me, mainly because it's the first time that I'm hearing that a company of your nature is offering such diverse service. Mostly you would rather hear the banks talking about maybe having a financial product that caters for the diaspora, but for you to have like an all-encompassing product like Pay Angel, which is not just the platform for you to send money, but also to be able to engage in those services, quite tickle my interest. So let me find out more. Are you in some sort of arrangements with the various financial institutions to get this done, or maybe the mortgage houses? Or how are you doing it?
Absolutely. So first of all, we are regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, which means we have our own license, and we have the passporting service across all of Europe, which is a service that will be launching very soon. Now, in order to deliver all the services, yes, we work with the financial institutions back home. And not only the financial institutions, the mobile money networks. So to do mobile money, we work with the mobile money networks, and to deliver the financial products, we work with the banks. Our key partner is GT Bank,
okay,
and some of the services that we're going to be rolling out will be mainly through them. That is not to say that those services will be limited to GT Bank.
Absolutely.
And we're also working with insurance companies, so people can pay for their insurance products, pay their premiums, and also with banks like HFC, where people normally take mortgages. So we are working across the entire spectrum.
Now, so talk to me about a typical service process or procedure. So if maybe I'm interested in just more than sending money to maybe my dad in Ghana, but I'm listening to this conversation, I'm saying, oh, this is fantastic. I want to maybe open a bank account, or I want to take out an insurance product, or I want to maybe do a treasury bill or something. What is a typical, or what does the typical process look like? Where do I start from? Where do I end?
So our service offering, it's only online. We have looked at the value chain and decided that we would offer our services through the mobile app and our website.
Okay.
At this very minute, the banks are offering only the remittance service, and the other services would be going live very soon.
Right.
Now, in terms of how the flow works, you either download our app or go to payangel.com. Once you register, you can add your beneficiaries, and they will be there forever until you delete it yourself and send them money. Now, one key thing that we have done is to make it possible for people to send money to more than one individual and pay for it just once. What do I mean by that? If you only have £100 and you walk down the street to Western Union, and you want to send £100 to 3 people, let's say you split it 25, 25, 50, you end up paying 3 times for that service.
Okay.
The choice then becomes, do you pay 3 times, or you send it to one person?
Who then distributes it?
Who then distributes it?
Hoping that the person doesn't shortchange the others.
Absolutely. Or creates a confusion.
Absolutely.
Because somebody will say, now I know how much you send.
Yeah.
So we make it possible for you to send money to all these 3 individuals and pay for it just once.
Wow. Okay. So it sort of works like using maybe a WhatsApp broadcast, if I can use that analogy, where you just click once and then everybody just receives it.
Absolutely.
At the same time.
Yes.
But you just pay for one transaction.
Yes. So let me just clarify that. One question that we always get is that how is that possible?
Right.
The thing here is you add your beneficiaries. You tell us all about the people that you're going to be sending money to. So once you've already added them, it's a case of selecting them and then saying how much you want to send to each. So think of it as a cart technology, where you go to Amazon and put things in your cart. You already know exactly what you're buying, and when you check out, you pay, say, your shipping cost once. You're
But
not
you
paying
have
it 3
different
times.
products in your cart.
Exactly.
Wow, that's really sound interesting. Now another thing that I want to find out is oh goodness me, it just escaped me. But we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this because I'm a bit more interested in that. Now I've heard the campaign that you're currently running, and there is that bit that says that you get paid when your family and friends, use Pay Angel. How does that work?
So we believe in community, and we want people to have quality trials. And once they have that quality trial, we want them to basically be our mouthpiece within the community. So what we have done is that everyone who registers for Pay Angel has a Pay Angel ID. When they give that ID to their friends and family, and they use that to register with us, the individuals referring get £5 for every referral.
Right.
Successful referral. The individuals referred.
What would you count as a successful referral?
So if I refer you, Daniel, and you use my referral code, you get a free and you transfer money. The first time you transfer money, your transfer would be free.
Okay.
That is a successful referral. Then at that point, I get £5.
Okay. Right. So if I refer 10 people and all of them go through a successful transfer, does that mean I get £50?
Absolutely. You get £50. And what is more, you can put it towards your transfers or even withdraw it as cash. So you don't actually have to be sending money. If you don't have a need to send money, but you do have a lot of people within your circles who send money, you can register on Pay Angel and money and withdraw it into your bank account.
Wow. I'm learning loads of things this morning. I remember the question that I wanted to ask. One of the concerns that people have when it comes to using new platforms, and they would have to input their details, financial services, their cards and stuff, is that they worry the authenticity, the genuineness, the security, and all those kind of things. How can people be rest assured that Pay Angel is a trusted platform that I can, register my bank card, credit card, whatever, and I have peace of mind?
Thank you very much for that. That's actually one of the things that we hear all the time. Someone asked me the other day, "Are you sure this is not a scam?" My response to that, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, is that we are regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. Not as a small payment institution,
right,
but as an authorized payment institution. What that means is that we have the same license as the likes of Western Union, the big ones. And the obligation on us as an authorized payment institution is huge. There are all sorts of things that we have to do to make sure that we comply with regulations. And also, we do have audit checks by the HMRC. What that means, again, is that we have to keep our house in order.
Absolutely.
Beyond that, on the website itself, we have bank-level security. We implement security tools like PCI. We are PCI compliant. And when you get onto our website, you see the HTTPS. What that means is that the website itself is secure. When you enter data on our website, it will be transmitted securely to wherever we want it to get to.
Right.
And on top of that, we have site log. What that also means is that we are constantly scanning to make sure that there are no malwares on the computer that will steal your information.
We're talking about security. is there an obligation on the part of the individual who is using the website to maybe ensure, for instance, that maybe the computer that I'm using to access this website doesn't have any spyware, malware, whatever ware that might screenshot my information and potentially use it? Is there an obligation on the part of the user?
It is a shared responsibility.
Okay.
We do our bit, and if there is malware, etc., we will be alerted. However, it is a shared responsibility where standard practices, every computer should have an antivirus, so that you don't get things like that on your computer. Then, still sticking with security, the other bit is not disclosing your passwords, etc.
Okay.
But when it comes to the actual transmission of data, we take care of all of that. It's the individual's responsibility to make sure that their computer is safe.
And what you need to be looking out for is the HTTPS. Absolutely. So, and the website is payangel.com.
Payangel.com.
So not Pay Angels or Pay Angel or something, please. No. You know, sometimes those things can be tricky when okay, Pay Angel, there's somebody does something. Pay Angels, and just add just one letter to it, trying to swindle people off. So it's about us, the users, also being vigilant. I mean, it's not restricted to Pay Angel alone. Any website I use that you would have to transmit your financial data to access a service, you need to be concerned and vigilant as far as that is concerned. Now, we've mentioned the fact that you get paid when your family and friends paid. I'm just thinking about somebody thinking, okay, is it possible then that I can make a business out of it? But hold on, I'm gonna take a quick breather. I will come back and see what sort of opportunities are there apart from just using the service. Are there any opportunity? Are you expanding to maybe look for agents, or can people work on behalf of Pay Angel, whatever? So we'll be back. This is the ABN Breakfast Show. My guest this morning, Jones from payangel.com, telling us all that we need to know as far as Pay Angel is concerned. We'll be right back.
ABN Breakfast Show with Pay Angel Money Transfer. Send money to Ghana for just £1. Fast, safe, and truly affordable. Visit payangel.com.
ABN Breakfast Show, your Afropolitan breakfast on radio.
It was a well-paying job, respectable, wearing a suit and tie every day. But I drank 24/7. Drank on the way to work, drank at work.
I never could come to terms with admitting that I had an alcohol problem or a pill problem.
I decided to get clean, and so I went to the Narconon program.
Not only did I handle my drug addiction, I completely knew how to live life.
Call Narconon today at 01435 512 460. 01435 512 460.
Mixpiration with Bright every Sunday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. is just fun. It's exciting. It's a mix of contemporary R&B and pop gospel music right here on ABN Radio. Enjoy great tunes every Sunday evening with Bright on Mixpiration, a blend of great inspiring songs just for your Sunday evening relaxation. Tune in from 6 to 8 p.m. this and every Sunday. They're on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
Work it. .com solicitors, solve all your problems. Your legal partner established in 2004. 14 years in the making. UK #1.
Legal aided council housing and housing association problems. Possession, eviction and disrepair. Have you been threatened with possession proceedings of your house? Have you been served with a notice of eviction from your landlord? Have you been evicted from your house without any notice? .com solicitors have been providing a quality solicitor-led conveyancing service for many years. Call .com solicitors on 0208 880 9000 or visit our website www.comsolicitors.com.
ABN Breakfast Show, your Afropolitan breakfast on radio.
The ABN Breakfast Show, your Afropolitan breakfast on radio every morning, right here from 7 to 11 o'clock. And on Friday, Esther Alade is here with the discourse, looking at all the exciting topical issues that affect the community, and she makes sure she gets into them and dissects them critically. Now you can text us 0788 7475 940. That is 0788 7475 940. If you have a voice note, or if you are very busy, you can't just stop by and call, send us a voice note. Let me read that out, or let me play that out, and we would be able to take any questions you may have as far as our conversation is concerned this morning. But my guest in the studio, Jones from Pay Angel. Good morning one more time, Jones. Now, just before we went for the quick break, I was asking an opportunity that may be there for someone as far as Pay Angel is concerned. Already you've spoken about the fact that you can refer and then earn some money. Do you see anyone trying to make a business out of this?
Yes, there are individuals already taking advantage of this, and we have trialed the service with some local businesses.
Right.
So as opposed to having agents, we have the concept of affiliates.
Okay.
And with affiliates, we register the businesses against. They have their own codes, which they can then give to their patrons. Who use the service, and every time that any of their patrons use the service, again, they get paid for that.
But let me clarify this now. With the payment that affiliates get, is it for just first transaction, or it is recurring transaction? I think it's important people are clear on that.
It is the first transaction.
So then we are talking of volume here. So the more people that you get to transfer for the first time, then you
we're working on a concept which it's not ready yet.
All right, okay.
But we're working on super affiliates, which would enable businesses who are already into remittances to onboard customers on our behalf and some commission that way, or even process transactions on their behalf. That is something that we'll be rolling out probably sometime in September. But as of now, it's the affiliate program.
It's the affiliate program.
Gives credit for the first transfer.
But with that, I'm just thinking, would you not revert to the normal thing that people do, that okay, I have to go to an agent and maybe I have to pay something to transfer, or you still don't pay anything when you go to the agent?
No. Okay. So we don't want to go to back to the agency model,
right?
Because that in itself adds cost. Everything would have to be done on our platform.
Okay.
One of the feedback that we've had is that not everyone is computer savvy.
Yes.
And therefore they will need some help. Now the super affiliate concept then takes care of that. We do have our own customer service, and in fact, we've just opened a customer service center in Ghana.
Okay.
The aim of that is to help people who are unable to do things like that themselves phone in or walk into a center where they can get the necessary help to create an account and use the service. But ultimately, we're not going to be taking cash. Everything is going to go via our website, and therefore we reduce the costs.
So that's through secure payments as well.
Absolutely.
Now you mentioned that you've opened a service center in Ghana, precisely Accra. Is that correct? Now I'm just trying to think that shouldn't it have been here rather, where people are supposed to do the remittance and patronize the services here, in that maybe we are sending euros, dollars, whatever. Why is it that you chose Ghana for a service center rather than here?
So to answer that question, let me first of all give you some background.
Okay.
The remittance service is dominated by the likes of Western Union, MoneyGram, etc. the truth is they don't have the interest of Africa at heart. They basically are in the business of making money. Unfortunately, Africa hasn't been their top market.
Okay.
They focus on other markets and make the channels available to us and make us feel special by throwing adverts at us, but not necessarily focusing on us. And that's part of the reason why transferring money to Africa is very expensive. Now, in trying to address some of these imbalances, we've identified 4 things we want to do. Number 1, focus on the price, because sending money to Africa is the most expensive. Number 2, the product itself, which we talked about. Number 3, customer service. We have to provide a friendly and efficient service. And number 4, interact or engage the community.
Okay.
And try and give back. Now, in an attempt to try and give back, it means that we have to create jobs. We have to basically create a service that people can feel that it's part of them. They can speak the languages that they're comfortable with.
Absolutely.
They don't have to be forced to speak somebody else's language
to be able to access a service.
To be able to access a service. So putting the center in Ghana makes it possible for us to recruit local talent and therefore create jobs back in Ghana. Have people who can speak the language of our people.
Right.
And of course, the center being in Ghana doesn't mean that those of us here in the UK cannot speak to them.
Okay.
You call a UK free phone number.
All right.
And they will be able to respond to it.
That's refreshing.
And what is more, think about it this way. As you sit here right now, you're very busy. If you've just used PayAngel, if your beneficiary has a challenge back in Ghana, they won't be able to reach you for you to contact us. Even if they're able to reach you, you're probably going to be very busy. So they have a call center in Ghana.
Okay.
You can call to help them resolve the issue, which takes away your headache.
That sounds good. That sounds really, really, really good, because I remember a couple of months ago I had to use a particular service, and it was good. It was good, but then I got into a point where I had a challenge, and it was a real headache trying to get somebody at the other end to resolve it. The service on the surface looks fantastic and everything, but then we progress to stage 2, where there's a problem and I need to engage with someone to sort it out, and it was a real challenge. You know, it was a huge challenge. So it's refreshing to know that these are auxiliary things that you've done to make sure that patrons have an experience which is memorable and very, very, very seamless. Now, let's talk about charges. You've mentioned a couple of times during a conversation that there are, no charges, and there's something that we hear a lot. I mean, no charges, but then again, you might see that there is a teeny weeny charge somewhere. Maybe it might be a P or 2, but it might be no charge to us, but you will see that there is something somewhere with PayAngel. Is it really no charge, or there is no charge to the visible eye?
Well, just to clarify, we charge. We do charge.
Okay.
However, you're able to transfer up to £5,400 to Ghana for only £1.
Okay.
If you transfer money into our bank account. If you pay with your card, there's a 1% charge. Basically, we are passing on what we get charged, but our charge is £1.
£1.
So if you decide today you want to send £5,400 to any bank account in Ghana, you only pay £1. The cost of remittance, though, it's not just the fee you pay.
Right.
Others will tell you that there are no charges. However, as you rightly mentioned, their charges, they take it in the exchange rate.
Absolutely.
Which means the folks back home receive less, and others would also charge you a percentage when you're receiving it in Ghana. particularly those doing mobile money.
Right.
With us, we are guaranteeing you one of the best exchange rates in the market, if not the best.
Okay.
Two, we don't charge you anything when you receive money back home, even when you send through mobile. We don't charge you anything. So you know the charge is upfront, which is £1, and that's pretty much it.
What about if the money that you're sending is above 5,400? Let's say you have a project back home and you think it would be much more convenient to maybe you need to quickly send £10,000 or £11,000. Is there a cap to how much you can send, and what then become the charge that you pay?
So you can always increase your limit on our platform.
Right.
It all comes down to the information you make available to us.
Okay.
Now, the regulator has never ever said that you can't send £1 million if you have it. The issue is, where is that money coming from?
Absolutely.
That's what the regulator wants to understand.
Right.
Now, where we're running a service which is for lots of people, we have to set certain controls.
Absolutely.
Now, if you want to send a lot of money, so long as you are able to prove the source of the money, we are able to help. On our platform, though, the maximum you can send is 7,000.
That's at a go.
That's a daily.
Okay.
That's a daily limit, and that is if you're sending to a bank account.
Okay.
If you're sending to mobile, there's a limit of 1,000. That is mainly because of regulation back home, and also the challenges with mobile money, having to collect from agents who may not have enough
money to dispose of. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's quite interesting. So we understanding, or I am understanding, that although you can send more, it depends on the security clearance, if I should say, how much information you're going to make available as to where the source of the money is coming from, which is a demand placed by regulators to make sure that it's not some money laundering thing that goes on. Now, you mentioned that there is a daily limit. Now, if maybe somebody has so much money to send home, let's say maybe 20,000 or 30,000, and because of the limit, they choose to stagger it. They send one today, they send some today, next tomorrow. Is this something that flags up on your system? Can people easily do that? Would they be stopped? Would they receive a phone call? What happens?
Yes, they will receive a phone call.
All right.
So, like I said, although you have the 5,400 limits, you can actually increase it to 7,000 if you show us your statements and the source of the money.
All right.
Now, if you're doing a project and you have 20,000 to send, nothing stops you from staggering it. However, we also have to understand why. The fact that we've given you a daily limit of 5,400 or 7,000 doesn't necessarily mean that every day you come along and you're able to send that without us asking the source of money.
Okay.
The truth is, average income in the UK is somewhere in 20,000 something, I think 25,000. So if you are sending on a daily basis 5,400, we have to ask the question.
The questions.
Where are you getting that from?
Right.
So long as you're able to prove the source of the money, we would let it go.
I'm asking all these questions so that somebody doesn't go and think that it's a surprise. Oh no, the service is not as promised, whatever. But I mean, it is as promised, but then there are regulations. You need
it is
to,
a legitimate
It's a legitimate, yeah. You need to go through certain processes if you need to send some amounts of money, which is not just you that wants to do it, but then there is an obligation on your part to the UK regulatory body that you ensure that is done, right? So that's great. Now let's do a quick recap. if you have just been listening to us, the conversation is so interesting. I wish we had all day to have this conversation. My guest is Jones from Pay Angel Money. So you said you don't describe yourself as a remittance service, but how do you describe yourself? As a payment service.
Absolutely.
A payment service. So payangel.com. And how can we access you? You've mentioned website, you mentioned app. Are these the main platforms?
These are the main platforms. However, you can also call us.
Okay, all right. Okay, we'll get the number before we bring our conversation to a close. Now, let's talk about the outlets, how people receive their money. Now, I think that's sometimes the challenges that people have, where maybe you either have to go and the beneficiary would have to go and queue somewhere for ages before they access their money, or like you're saying, maybe it's gone to an agent and they don't have enough money to dispense of. Or it's mobile money and the platform is playing up, so it's meant to be instant, and they keep on calling, oh, I've not received the money, or uncle, you said you sent the money, that kind of thing. So what are the outlets? How swift and how fantastic is that experience, if I can put it that way?
The outlets in Ghana,
yes,
you can pay to any bank account in Ghana, and we promise 24-hour turnaround.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that you can't receive your money in an hour. It all comes down to the receiving bank as well. So immediately we receive it and we receive your payment, we send it to your bank, and it's up to the bank to turn it around. So we promise a 24-hour turnaround time. The second outlet is, of course, mobile. Everyone talks about mobile right now. What we have done is not necessarily mobile money, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
So our cash pickup service includes both picking up from the bank or from a mobile agent.
Okay.
From the mobile agent, what happens is that we send a token, which means we are bypassing your regular wallet. When the money goes into the wallet and you go and take it out, you get charged 1 to 2% on that. We have an arrangement with our partners where there's no charge back home. So we send a token and you go to the agent and you pick up cash without any charges. So you can send money to any mobile network. You pick up from either GT Bank, Airtel agents, or Tigo agents, and you don't have to pay anything. Just to clarify, even if you are on MTN, you can receive money from Pay Angel, but you pick up from either Airtel or Tigo.
Okay.
That would mean that you don't have to pay any charges.
Right.
However,
but would you receive a notification to your MTN number?
Yes.
But then you would have to go to either an Airtel or a Tigo agent to do the pickup.
Based on customer feedback, though, we intend to add a new service which would focus on mobile money for those who are willing to pay the extra charge to cash out. But what we currently have will still be in place.
All right. Payangel.com is the platform, and we can access this 24/7, 365 days a year.
Yes, that's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it. And the app, where can we download the app from?
The app is on iOS. So if you have an iPhone, you can download from onto your phone. You just have to type in Pay Angel. And if you have an Android phone as well, you will be able to download. Again, just look for Pay Angel.
When you mentioned iOS and you stalled a bit, I was gonna palpitate. I was okay, is he not gonna mention Android? So those who are Android users will be thinking, oh right, but it's good. So it's on pretty much all the mobile platforms. Both Android and iOS. And you have a version for iPad for those who use iPad and the tablets.
Yes, and even on the tablets, you can go to the website directly. The website actually does have a lot more features. you can see even your statements, filter on particular beneficiaries, so you can see how much you've sent to individuals. There's just a host of things on there that gives you control over your money. And one of the things that people ask us is, if I want receipts for my to show that I send money to someone in Ghana, can I get that? Yes, you can get individual receipts and download it in PDF format. But beyond that, you can actually create a statement that shows every single transaction you've sent to an individual.
Exciting. And you even say that PayAngel will even refund your transfer fee if you don't deliver on your promise.
Yes. So we are launching a guarantee. We're basically saying if we don't deliver your money within 24 hours, we're automatically going to be refunding your fee. Although right now it's just £1.
Right.
If we haven't delivered on our promise, we don't believe that we've earned the £1, so we will refund that automatically to your wallet.
So would that be would that mean that if the person say, okay, right, I've within 24 hours wasn't delivered, so I'm recalling my money back, does that include the refund as well, or is just the refund on the transfer fee?
The refund on the transfer fee. So what we're talking about here is, let's say you sent money yesterday, and as of today, it's not been done. Going forward, what we're saying is we're charging our partners in Ghana to make sure that you receive your money within 24 hours. If that doesn't happen, neither them nor us would receive any commission.
Right.
It's as simple as that. So although we have delivered your money, it wasn't within the SLA, the service level agreement, and therefore we will automatically put a credit in your PayAngel wallet, which means that the next time you come to transfer money, you have that to put towards your next transfer.
Jones, thanks very much for your time on the show this morning. Thanks for the information that you've given us as far as PayAngel is concerned. And let me let you know that PayAngel is also associated with the ABN Breakfast Show. And going forward, we are very hopeful that they will continue to be associated with the Breakfast Show right here on ABN Radio. Now, let's end on this happy note. Let's go back to talk about the affiliates briefly. Maybe someone just missed that if you a PayAngel affiliate, all you need to do is to refer a first-time user, and once the person goes through with a first-time transfer, which will be free for that person, you also earn some money, which is £5. That's more than lunch money, isn't it?
It is.
Great. So it's easy to access this. All you need to do is to visit payangel.com or go onto the website, and all the details are there. Now let's give us a phone number or email if someone would want to reach you, have or would like to know further information or clarification about the conversation we've had, maybe be on your website and doesn't understand anything at all. How can they reach you?
They can reach us via email, customer.experience@payangel.com, and our free phone number is 0800 404 9525.
0800 404 9525. Great one there. So, Jones, thank you very much. Anything finally that you say to someone listening this morning?
I'll just take the opportunity to announce a few things. In addition to the guarantee we talked about earlier, we are going to be launching our European service before the end of the month. So those in Germany, Netherlands, France, Italy, and Spain will have the service available as well. So look out for that. And also, we are going to make it possible for all the alumni associations here who pay their dues and donations back home to pay those dues and make those donations for free.
Okay, so you heard that from Jones. Please contact him and get details on that. I wish I had the names of all these associations that I would just start calling you one by one. But hey, I will try and do that over the course of the week. I'll be calling you every morning and checking on with you if you've called Jones. Everybody likes something for free, don't they? Lovely. So thanks very much for your time this morning on the show. It's been the ABN Breakfast Show, and that is it with me, Daniel, this morning. I did this with Sharon Arthur, who is back, and hopefully tomorrow you hear our voices again. Make sure that you enjoy the rest of the day, fair and well, and let's meet up tomorrow morning. But keep it tuned right here to ABN Radio London's Afropolitan radio station. Playing us out is something from Techno.
Oh my God,